Okay, we're moving on to Echo Canyon. This piece begins and ends with some extra musical effects. And to begin with, we're going to look at part one. And what we want to do is to gently drape the fingers across the left-hand strings, just gently, so that they don't speak when you play them. They're just dead like that. And what we're going to do with the right hand is we're going to take your thumb and we're going to rotate the forearm like this and hit the thumb on the strings at the back by the bridge like this. And so if we were taking it from the beginning, part one, it would sound like this. 1 and 2, 2, 1 and 2, 2. Gradually crescendoing. And then 2 beats, 1, 2, 1, 2, rest. Those are 2 bars of rest, and those rests have 2 beats each in them. Part 2 is going to play on beat 2. And what we're going to do with part 2 is we're going to take our fingers and put them up on the upper bout. We're going to play with your nails like this. And so part 2 will sound like this. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1. Gradually crescendoing. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we go into A section. Part 3 is just working with string 4 and string 6. And remember to crescendo, it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we're at A section from there. Now in A section, there's a new technique called staccato notes. Staccato notes are the ones with the little dots on top of them. You can see them in parts 1 and 2 on beat 2 with the 8th notes. Now the way staccato notes work is that they're to be played short and detached, like this. So that there's some dead space in between each note. And the way that we do that physically on the guitar is that we come back and we pluck and stop the string again. Like that. And so in, say, part 1, it would sound like this. Note, half note. And in part 2, it would sound like this. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 1. And we're crescendoing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's A section of the piece. In the second half beat, we're going back and forth from forte to piano, so be careful that you get the very loud and then the very suddenly soft. So for instance, on part 1, we're doing our new F sharp note, which is on the fret 2 of string 1. F is fret 1, a sharp note raises by 1 fret to fret 2. So part 2 is going to sound like this, starting out forte, half note, half note, half note, softly, forte, piano, and gradually crescending, and 1, 2. So that's the way that works. Watch your dynamics in there. The ending has this interesting dialogue back and forth between parts 1, 2, and 3 with extra musical effects. So we have part 1 doing the like that, part 2 doing the, and part 3 doing what we call a string scratch, where we mute the strings in the left hand. Remember, just gently place them on the strings, don't press them hard. And then we're going to go So we play, we scratch the strings. We call it a scratch, like that, or a mute. So if I was going to do this, I'll try to do all the parts together. I don't know how well I'll do, but it would go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 1, 2, 1, 2, forte, 2, 1, piano, 2, 1, 2, off. So your rests in bar 31 and 32 are half note rests, so they're 2 counts. And there's the tracks in your lesson, the individual tracks you can play along with, and also the ensemble, the total ensemble. So it's a kind of a fun piece. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll look forward to conducting it. Thanks. Bye.